Welcome. In today's video, I'm talking about why working harder is actually blocking your wealth. Everything that you want to manifest already exists, including wealth, including abundance, including freedom. And you manifest based on who you are, not based on what you want. And so every time you are actually working hard and you are actually chasing wealth, guess what's happening? You are widening the gap between where you are and what you want to manifest. In other words, you can only manifest what your vibrational match to. And when we actually work hard and we hustle, we are in that grind hustling mode. We are operating from frequency of not enough. We are operating from frequency of I'm not there yet. So working hard itself will never get you to that dream lifestyle or dream income that you want, because working hard is not enough for that level of wealth you want to create. Now, when I talk about wealth, I don't just mean money. I'm talking abundance in every area of your life, including love, including money, including purpose, health, family, all of this. And this I call multidimensional abundance. This is possible only when you become vibrational match. So chasing love, chasing money, chasing purpose, chasing health, chasing family, if you want to get pregnant as a woman, it's just widening the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Why? Because we manifest based on frequency. It's a specific frequency. And this specific frequency, this love represents frequency. This wealth, money represents frequency, purpose, specific frequency, health, specific frequency, family, specific frequency. This specific frequency is already here, it already exists. So when you are chasing it, you are basically widening the gap between you cannot chase something that you already have, simply put. You cannot chase love if you are already in love in that beautiful relationship. You cannot chase money and freedom if you are already wealthy. You cannot chase health if you're already healthy. You cannot chase having a child, family, if you are already a mom or dad. You can chase something that you already have. It's a very different frequency. Now, everything shifted for me when I stopped chasing. When I stopped chasing love and I stopped working hard to receive love, I became open to receive love. When I stopped chasing money in business, working hard, I was able to go from 6-figure year to 6-figure month. Like that. It happened in 4 weeks, I believe. When I stopped chasing my purpose found me. I didn't have to go anywhere, do anything. I didn't have to think hard, analyze. It found me. When I started chasing health and doing everything I could to be super healthy, instead I tuned within what my body really needs and I started to listen. I became receptive. I call in health. When I stopped chasing being a mom, getting pregnant, I got pregnant within a month, like that. I was not chasing. So every time you are chasing, you are pushing it away from you because you're not vibrational match to that thing you want to manifest. So right now, if you're chasing money, why are you chasing money? Why are you chasing wealth? Why? Ask yourself, why am I chasing it? what is it that I really want and why is it that I really want it? And when you start digging deep into why you really want it, you're going to actually uncover that what you want is feeling. You are chasing a feeling. That feeling is connected to state of being that is in fact state of consciousness. So, speaking of wealth, if this is true, then the fastest way to get to wealth is to embody the wealth or wealthy consciousness. And embody is the key here. Why there are so many people who do all the work, the inner work, they journal, they manifest, this and that, they do the inner work, they visualize, they meditate, and yet their life is not a reflection of what they want to manifest. Why is that? Because these people don't really embody that wealthy consciousness. They don't embody that feeling of wealthy. They don't live by feeling wealthy. They don't feel wealthy. They want it, and so they do all the work, visualization, scripting, journaling, all of that, but they don't embody it. In fact, that's why they do the work. The more work they do, the more they chase, the less they attract. And this is actually the masculine structure of manifesting. And instead of masculine structure, the solution is to switch into feminine receivership. Feminine receivership. What the heck is feminine receivership? Feminine receivership. Feminine frequency of overflow. Feminine doesn't mean it's just all about women. It's about men too. You have the feminine in you. The feminine energy is about receiving. It's about being. It's about receiving and being. This energy is in you, and this energy is connected to source. And the moment you realize you are part of source, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, you're not separated, that's the moment you can tap into this frequency and you can start receiving because you exist. Without proving, without performing, without hustling, none of that is required. You start receiving because you exist, because you're here, and because you're worthy, and because you're child of God. Therefore, so the moment you switch from hustling, grinding, working so hard to receive money, receive wealth, to call in more clients, and instead you switch into that being already wealthy, receiving wealth because you exist, that is actually when you start receiving it. Now, this is a little bit more complex because receiving, which is connected to feminine energy, is so suppressed. It is so suppressed in men, equally in women. We are just not wired to receive just like that because we are programmed from early age that in order to receive something, whether it's love or money or success, we have to work hard for it. Certainly, this was my experience as an immigrant who came to this country with $700 and nothing but big American dream, who didn't know anybody, barely spoke English. I had to hustle. I had to grind. I was in that survival. And that survival or fight or flight is so connected with that masculine pushing, grinding, forcing. And that served me for a while, right? And we are programmed to think that this is the way we achieve things. But this is the old paradigm. that is actually collapsing. Because the new way of existing and being is that feminine frequency of overflow that had nothing to do with survival. And we are actually entering this new age. We are entering new age where abundance is literally available everywhere around you, provided you open up yourself to it. And so how do we actually go from that working hard, pushing, forcing, into this beautiful receiving? And this is actually the key here, because receiving itself, it's a skill. It is not just passive waiting and doing nothing. It's a skill in a sense that it's about deep surrender to that higher version or the larger part of you, which is connected to the source. And the moment you surrender, you actually are able to assume that new reality where your dreams already are here. That new reality where you are wealthy, happy, healthy, all of that. And this receiving is connected with your nervous system directly. Your nervous system needs to feel safe. You need to feel safe, right? As a woman or as a man, you need to feel safe in your body to receive. That's why feeling safe, it is the key. But oftentimes your subconscious mind is so used to struggling and hustling and grinding for years, like I was for years. Probably most of my life I was in that mode. It is hard to switch into just receiving, into that feminine frequency of overflow. And that's why it requires training. And it requires training for you to see it is safe. So it requires practice and training. And receiving, I realize, is so connected with your self-worth. Self-worth is the key. That's why I wrote the book, Love is the Law. There is a chapter called The Law of Self-Love. Because self-love is going to speed things up for you. When you tap into self-love, you're automatically tapping into self-worth, and you are automatically tapping to source, because you are source. The moment you start actually feeling it within you is that moment when you realize, I'm not creating this beautiful life experience by myself. It's actually something greater that is flowing through me, and I'm part of that experience with this greater intelligence that is coming and flowing through me, and I'm just being this divine vessel, if you will. Then that's the moment of awakening. And that's actually the fastest way to fall in love with who you are. And the moment you fall in love with who you are is the moment you remove the pressure from working hard in order to receive, from earning love, right? You just remove the pressure and you enter this beautiful state of receiving. And that beautiful state of receiving is going to feel like home. And you are going to be able to receive more and more and more. Because when you look at your life right now, what you see around you is what you created, whether you like it or not. And you either created this consciously or subconsciously. And so if you don't like what you see, first is to understand that you're the creator. So take responsibility for that creation of your reality. And second, by doing that, you are literally taking your power back, because now you know that you can create anything you want. Because now you know you don't have to do it all on your own. You can actually relax and tap into that higher part of you, or greater part of you, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm talking about. And be guided. Let yourself be guided by that part of you. Now, when it comes to building a business and success and money, obviously, it is required to take that aligned action, right? That aligned action can only come when you are in alignment. And that alignment essentially is that coherent state that you want to be in. And when you're in that coherent state, that's when you are in that alignment between what you think and what you feel, and you create that beautiful coherence. That's why coherence is the key. And coherence is actually the foundation of everything, including wealth, including love, including money. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you resonated and you want to dig deeper, I have a beautiful masterclass called The Feminine Frequency of Overflow. There is going to be a link in description, including Coherent Wealth Masterclass that is all about creating from coherent place without hustling, forcing, and grinding. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video.